We are now live. We're streaming.
Hey,
Hello.
Heather.
Heather and Stuart.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Hey, Mimi.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Unmute. I can start the video. Okay, there we go.
Well, what a party we're having.
Hey, Steve. Hey,
Good
Phyllis.
evening.
Hey.
Hi, Carl.
Hi.
You may want to be.
Did you see our sukkah, Phyllis and Steve?
We did as we walked by. I saw it. I was going to invite myself over.
Well, not this year. Any other year.
But I waved to it from afar.
We're on live.
Amy,
Yep.
are we 5 or 6?
Which one do you want to be? I'm sorry, it was my mistake. Either one.
We practiced both of them. We're ready for both.
Okay, do number 5.
Johnny 5. Okay. Number 5, dear.
Johnny 5.
I gave you a drop.
With a bullet.
I'm okay for now. Yeah, that too. Okay.
Amy?
Yes?
It's me.
Yes.
I'm happy to give up 3 to anyone who wants it. Because my sciatica won't like dancing with the Torah too much.
You've got the Torah. You've got the Torah. We got to.
I've got a Torah here. Helene talked me into it. I'll do it. I told her I would, but I'm offering to give it up to anyone who wants it.
I thought you were doing number. I thought you're now doing number. Mike.
Sorry, Rabbi. I'm on.
Are you doing the second aliyah?
Right, we're talking about the dancing, Rabbi, not the
I'm doing
other.
the second reading. but
Mike's going
the
to
third
dance.
Hakafot.
Mike's going to sway. He's going to
Mike's
hold the
going to be
Torah
our
and
dancer for
sway.
number 2.
I'm going to try not
Mike
to
Myron,
aggravate
I
See,
myself.
people tuning in.
No.
People tuning in don't know all the surprises in store for
Bless
us
you.
in part of our celebration.
Chag Sameach to everybody.
So, should we get started? It's 7:16. Should we go ahead and get started?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody, but you do have the ability to unmute yourself when we do Marev if you want to say a brichu or amen. But I'm gonna let Rabbi say a few words before we get started. You have to unmute. Sorry, Rabbi, you have to unmute.
Let me just say Bruchim Habayim to everybody. It's a treat to see Rabbi Einstein and Carl Cedar with Nancy and so many Beth Elster with a thumb up. And Mike, it's just great to see everybody and to know that we're already 2 screens. So just a little bit context before Amy Robinson Katz begins, and that is the order is as follows. There will be, with Amy leading us, a Ma'ariv, the evening prayers, including kind of a quasi-Havdalah. It's a quasi-Havdalah in that we're going from holy time to holy time, and you're not supposed to light fire. You can only transfer fire. So it'll be part of the Kiddush. But part of our Ma'ariv service will be marking the close of Shabbat. Then we're going to have a Torah service of the beginning of V'zot HaBracha with 3 aliyot. And Alan Cortez, Michael Baer, and Helene Coulter have each taken a Torah home. And from their sacred space, we'll be reading the beginning of V'zot HaBracha, which will continue tomorrow morning to complete V'zot HaBracha. They'll be reading chapter 33. And after that, we'll have Kiddush with the Hav. After that, actually before that, I'm getting ahead of myself, before the Torah reading, at the center of this is our mixologist. That's the centerpiece. Heather Katz, Beth Elster, with concoctions in honor of Simchat Torah. And I'll explain why. And 7 Hakafot with Carl Cedar, enabling dancing. A lot of us are ready to do some dancing. And with that, with no further ado, Amy, Robinson, Katz, Ma'ariv.
Excellent. Thank you, Rabbi. So what I'm going to do is put the tefillah on the screen. You can use any siddur you want, but you do not need a siddur because the tefillah is here on the screen for you. And we'll use this for Ma'ariv. We'll take it down after Ma'ariv and we'll be able to see the faces during the Hakafot and all that. But we'll use this right now. So we'll get started. Let me get on here. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv ha'ravim b'chokma b'tech b'shalom v'chonam yom v'layla v'olam. Umavir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uben laila Adonai tzvaot shemo El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת, תורת ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובחמנו נפשנו. כי חם חיינו באורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. שמיים על הארץ. ויאמר אדוני משה לאמור דבר על בני ישראל ואמרת להם יעשו להם ציצית ולהם אותם ציצית. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת, אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו ואנחנו ישראל לנו ואין בידנו. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל לכנו שירה ושמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך פוקע ים לפני משה זה לי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלום, מעתה ותקננו בעצה טובה למען שנחל. צלקנו כי על שומרנו נטילנו אתה, כי על מלכנו ברחום אתה. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום, מעתה ועד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל ירושלים. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בלימד יברח חירותי, והמליך מלכותי בחייכון ויום יכונו חיי דחו בית ישראל. בגלה בזמן קריב ואמירו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. ברכו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בימה ואמרו אמן. We pray silently.
So the Amida we will have inserts for Shmini Atzeret.
מלך ממית וחיים הצמיח ישועה וחיי המתים נשים בכל יום הללו חסר ברוך האל הקדוש אתה לחת במקום Legal. Olha, roxa, penso no meu idioma, se ele se chama. Shataha, Titamar, Hamuatim, Simha, Hagim, Shmi Hagat, has a man, Simchat, Hakafot, it's lying. Oh, I know, but I know Yale, Shani Yokosh, Mokon, Public Israel, Shmi Hagat, has a man, Simchat. So, when I'm in Bolotova, Poteno, Ella, Maata, Shino, Melody. ובלעד לך באמת. קדש ישראל הזמנים. מצייר נעים. וחתך מחושכים במציאות. מודים אנחנו כשאתה עברנו keeping up. Mommy function from okay mom. Shalom Shalom. ויהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי גואלי, עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל במהרו, אמן. יגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, ולמד דברה קירותי, וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה בזמן קריב במהרו, אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקודשה.
בריחו.
ואלה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה במהרו, אמן. תקבל צלתהון ובטחון דכל ישראל כל דם ובהון ובשמיה במהרו, אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה והחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל במהרו, אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל במהרו, amen. And with that, we turn off the tefillah and we enter a new section of our service. I'll hand it over to Rabbi. Do you want to say a few words about what's coming up?
Yes. So if you do have a Lev Shalem, it's on page 402. And that's the beginning of Simchat Torah Hakafot. Hakafot literally means the going around in circles. And some of us have our Torahs ready. Linda has her Torah ready, and others. For the beginning of this, as we anticipate of Torah reading, with some verses on Amy and I will take turns with those verses and those chants. And after that, Hakafot.
Excellent. So we're on page
Amy.
Okay. We're on page 402 in Lev Shalem. I'm sorry, I don't know the page number in Sim Shalom, if some of you are following on that one. So if you know it, maybe you can mention it or put it in the chat if you want. And I believe Helene is doing a couple verses on here. I know which ones it is, Helene, so when we get to those.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
אתה הורית לדעת, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, אין עוד מלבדו.
לא סייני פלוט, לעולם חו.
אין כמוך ואלוהים, אדוני ואין כמעשיך.
יהי כבוד אדוני לעולם, אדוני במעשיו.
יהי שם אדוני מברך, מעתה ועד עולם.
יהי אדוני אלוהינו, אשר היה עמנו, אל יעזבי אל ייטשו.
ואמרו הושיענו אלוהי אישנו, וקבצנו והצילנו מן הגויים, להודות לשם קודשך, והשתבח בתחילתך.
Helene Coulter. You have to unmute you. Helene. Well, as I don't hear Helene.
I'm here.
Adonai
Great.
Adonai,
Now it's back to Amy.
Okay, Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yivorech et amo b'shalom.
Vayuna amareinu
Vayhi bin so'ahavon.
Now at this point, we're open. Okay. Go ahead, Amy.
Okay. ויהי בנשוא אהרון, ויאמר משה, קומה אדוני ויפוצו אויביך, ואנוסו משנאיך מפניך.
קום אדוני למנוחתך.
כהניך ירפשו צדק, וחסידיך ירננו.
בעבור דוד עבדך.
ואמר ביום ההוא, הנה אלוהינו זה, קיווינו לו ויושיענו, זה אדוני קיווינו לו, נגילה ונשמחה בישועתו.
Helene Coulter and after Einstein reflected Yon. But first, Helene with Malchutecha.
Malchutecha, Malchutecha, Amshaktecha b'kol dor.
Rabbi Einstein, Mitzion?
Sure. Let's see. We
left out
Oh, wait, Malchuta.
Malchuta.
No, we just did
Malchuta.
No, you did Yon.
He can repeat it.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah,
Kimitz.
I'll do
I'll do Kimitzion.
Kimitzion.
They can't. Okay, Amy.
Avarachamim, היטיבה ברצונך את ציון, תבנה חומות ירושלים.
כי בחלבה, עולם. Okay, with that, we're ready for our Hakafot, and we have a list of people who are going to be accompanying these Hakafot. So Hakafot, there are 7, will be accompanied by music. So we can just pause for a moment to see ourselves in the sanctuary with all the Torahs being held with different groups. So we can see ourselves holding as we begin with the Cortez family featured on Hakafah 1. Go ahead, Aim.
Ana Adonai Hoshiana, Ana Adonai Hatzlichana, Ana Adonai Anenu V'yom Koreinu, Elohei Aruchot Hoshiana, Bochen Levavot Hatzlichana, Goel Chazachanenu V'yom Koreinu, Yainai Anenu Anenu V'yom Koreinu, Yainai Anenu Anenu V'yom Koreinu.
Torah, 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 Tiva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tiva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tiva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tiva lanu. Go Jonah, go! More Gilad Yaakov, more Ashai Gilad Yaakov, more Ashai Gilad Yaakov, Torah Tziva lanu Moshe. The Cortezes, ladies and gentlemen.
Woohoo! We'll be here all week.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
All right, they can dance. They Torah, Cortez families, Jonah and Alan, do it all. All right. Second Hakafah.
Rabbi, would you like to do this one?
Okay, I'll do this one. If anybody would like to volunteer for an upcoming Hakafah, just hold up the number of the Hakafah you'd like to lead by holding up your fingers. And then Helene or Amy or I will make a decision, assuming there's more than one person wanting and vying for that same Hakafah. Okay, the second Hakafah. Dover tzedakot Hoshiana Hadur bilvusho Hatzlichana Vatik v'chasid Anenu b'yom kareinu Ay Anenu b'yom kareinu. And the Green family featured the 6 greens.
David, Melech Yisrael, Chai, Chai, V'kayam. David, Melech Yisrael, Chai, Chai, V'kayam. David, Melech Yisrael, Chai, V'kayam. David, Melech Yisrael, go Noah, Chai, Chai, V'kayam. David, Melech Yisrael, 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 Chai, Chai, V'kayam. The Greens, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Nicole, Noah, Leah, Clara, and Ella, with Jacob rooting them on. Okay, Hakafah 3. Did anybody put up 3 fingers? Did we see anybody with 3 fingers up for Hakafah 3?
I saw Mike Myman.
Mike Myman has 3 fingers up. Is there anybody else? Okay, Mike Myman. So if anybody wants Hakafah 4, get ready to put up 4. As Mike Beth
Elster has number 4, and so we have number 4 and number 5 covered, just so you know.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so know that as Mike Myman chants number 3, Mike Bear is our featured dancer. All right, go ahead, Mike Myman.
Zach beyasham Oshiana Chomel dalim Hatzlichana Tov umetiv Anenu beyom koreinu Nai Anenu beyom koreinu
Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, V'tagir haaretz. Do it again. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, V'tagir haaretz. Here we go. Yiramayam, 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 Umelo. Yiramayam, 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 Umelo. Oh. Yeah.
Excellent. Yesher koach to the 2 mics. All right. Amy, I turn it back to you. For doing our 4th.
Beth Elster, I believe, is leading this one. Are you ready, Beth?
I am.
All right.
Yodea machashavot Hoshiana Kabir v'naor Hatzlichana Lovish tzedakot Anenu b'yom koreinu Ay Anenu b'yom koreinu Ay Anenu b'yom koreinu.
This is for all of us to dance to. Yay! All right.
You know what I think we need? What we need right now, Rabbi? We need a mixologist.
Oh,
we need a mixologist.
We
We need a mixologist.
Yes.
Drink.
And Heather Katz is our first of the mixologists. Beth, I know you're in the flow now, but we're waiting for you. That's right, we're waiting. Heather Katz will tell us why she concocted her concoction.
Heather?
All right.
Heather.
Calling Heather. All right. So Heather may be working on her drink.
Or she may have drunk too many already.
Yeah. Ask to.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, Heather.
Technically challenged for a sec. So
Okay, there you are.
Wanted to know.
Okay, I'm putting
why
Heather
this
in my
thing?
speaker view so I can get the full effect.
Oh, hi with the thing. Okay. So you can hear me now, Rabbi?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Heather. Go.
All right. So we chose this drink because firstly it's a martini and martinis are fun, and Simchat Torah is always fun. It's always a party. And full disclosure, our friend Gabby gave us this recipe, and he is the martini master. But we chose a pomegranate martini because, for obvious reasons, pomegranate seems to be the fruit of this season for us. And so there you go. So we're gonna make it up. So, a true mixologist would actually have had a lot of ice, ready to go. I'm a little bit of a slacker. So I'm gonna just add my ice to that. And we're chilling the glasses in advance, okay? This is also represents a big party, right? So, an ounce of that.
I'm just paying attention to how much of the bottle you've already drunk.
Right? It's impressive, isn't it?
One great night.
It was. Yeah, no, we've had a little help with that. Okay, so an ounce of control, which my girlfriend Brigitte could say more properly because she does the French thing. And so we're gonna go with 3 ounces of pomegranate juice. You can do whatever you want. Oh, you know what I need is a lime, honey, and a knife.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna just cut up this lime really quick because we're gonna add a couple spritzes of lime to it. Hold on. Just want to cut it. Okay. And shaking.
This is a Hakafot.
Thank you. All right. I'm not good at this. All right, husband.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Cheers, l'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim to life. Great pomegranate Simchat Torah concoction. Thank you, Heather and Stuart. All right.
So I believe Phyllis is up next for the number 5 Hakafot.
Yeah, we are. Stephen's over here joining me, but I get the honor of singing it.
And Helene Coulter is our featured dancer.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Melech Olamim Hoshiana Naor Va'adir Hatzlichana Somech noflim anenu v'yom koreinu.
ושבתם מים בששון ממענה הישועה, ושבתם מים בששון ממענה הישועה, מים 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 מים, הוי מים בששון, מים 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 מים, הוי מים בששון, היי 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 היי, מים 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 בששון, מים 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 מים. We'll do it one more time. Here we go. ושבתם מים בששון ממענה הישועה, ושבתם מים בששון ממענה הישועה, מים 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 בששון, מים 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 מים, הוי מים בששון, היי 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 היי, מים 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 בששון, מים 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 בששון. Yeah, Helene.
Carl just knows that Carl Cedar just knows that Helene Coulter's a serious worker outer with good stamina. Nicely done all around. The next Hakafot, number 6, is the Robinson Katz family on all counts. And after that, this is the notice to Beth Elster. After that energetic dancing and singing, we'll be ready for your drink. Okay, to the Katzes.
To the Katz.
Ozer de'alim Hoshiana Podeh umatzil Hatzlichana Sur olam mimanenu V'yom koreinu Yain Anenu Anenu V'yom koreinu Yain Anenu Anenu V'yom koreinu
יברכך השם מציון, רבת ירושלים. יברכך השם מציון, כל ימי ימיך. ורם לבניך שלום על ישראל. ורעמים לבניך Shalom al Yisrael, Urevanim levanecha. Shalom al Yisrael, Urevanim levanecha. Shalom al Yisrael. The Robinson Katzes, the Katz Robinsons, Ezra and Aaron.
The Avenger and Spider-Man with the Torah. A beautiful sight to see.
I didn't know they were Jewish, Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man, of course, Spider-Man.
But now you know the Avenger also.
It used to be Schneiderman.
Right, Linda says Linda Schneiderman. All right, and now that Amy and Ari and Ezra and Aaron have made us thirsty just watching them, at this point, Beth Elster will provide us another drink. Calling Beth Elster. There she is, and Andy. All right.
Okay, so Andy's going to help me out here. So we are going to be making a Simchat Torah 7-species cocktail, which I learned from Aaron Goldfarb, who is a cocktail master and a cookbook author. And I learned this before Shavuot and made 1 or 2 when Debbie came over for Shavuot. So it's tried and true. So anyways, here we go. So we start with an ounce of bourbon. Andy will be my pourer maybe. An ounce of bourbon. Then we follow it up with an ounce of cognac. We've got an ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And I'm going to add some Ceylon that I got when I was in Israel. It's just plain old date syrup. I'm going to give it 0.25 ounces, something like that. Just a little sweetener. And then I have something very special, some fig preserve, special from Coulter Farms, specifically for tonight's shindig. And it calls for either an egg white. I'm going to put in some aquafaba, which is
garbanzo juice.
Which is the juice from the garbanzo beans. It's going to hopefully make it foam up like an egg white would. And then we are going to give this drink some ice. The shake, we've got most of the 7 species in here. And if you already made your pomegranate cocktail, you've, I think, got everything but olives going. And here we go. Take a shake.
Oh, shake it, baby. Shake it.
Okay, then if you've got your glass set up with a big ice cube in it, you're ready to pour it in.
Bitters in it?
No, it doesn't come with bitters.
As Debbie Moline says, this gives us a little reminder of the shaking holiday.
And l'chaim.
L'chaim indeed. Wow.
It's really a good drink. You should try it.
Not driving.
Phyllis says that looks lethal. Debbie Moline asked, what is the cognac? Which of the 7 species is that?
It's a derivative of grapes, apparently.
Oh, good, because that was Rabbi Einstein's question, where the grapes were.
Yes,
All right.
So we have the barley and the wheat is in the Maker's Mark. And then we've got the dates and the figs, and the cognac had the grape fig, and right. And we've got the pomegranate from the previous drink. So some of us will get drunk tonight. And I guess we'll have to pop some olives for a snack along with it.
Great drink. L'chaim. Enjoy.
L'chaim.
Yeah. All right. So that brings us up to the 7th of the Hakafot, the final Hakafah, which Linda and I will chant. Because it's, you may not know this about Linda, but she takes pride in being a Southside Chicago person. Southside Chicago is known for great, borderline acceptable and public dancing. But she can't show her true roots because she's in her year of mourning. So our Torahs will do the dancing that Linda and I have, and others maybe will be featured dancers who are more, at this point with our 2 mixologists for inspiration, maybe you've also been drinking for Hakafah number 7. And again, I want to pause just to thank Carl Cedar and Nancy for being our source of music for our Hakafot. All right. He couldn't do it without you, Nancy. That's why you do deserve, even though he's drumming, he wouldn't do it without your inspiration. All right. Kadosh v'nohora, Hoshiana, Rachum v'chanun, Hatzlichana, Shomer habrit aneinu, V'yom kareinu, Tomech timimim, Hoshiana, Takif la'ad, Hatzlichana, Tamim b'ma'asav, Anenu, Anenu, V'yom Kareinu, ya. Anenu, V'yom Kareinu, ya.
Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Or Avinu Chai, hey, Or Avinu Chai, hey, Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu Chai, hey, Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu, Or Avinu, Or Avinu Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu Chai. Hey, Or Avinu, Or Avinu. Or Avinu Chai, Or Avinu Chai, Or Avinu Chai, hey, Or Avinu, Or Avinu, Or Avinu Chai. Yeah. Woo.
All right. With that celebration of Torah, of community, of song, we are ready for some Torah readings. But we still got to take the Torah out of the ark. And that's where we turn back to Amy in order to sing to us with the song of taking the Torah out. It's page 25.
So we'll do Shema and Echad. Could I have one person who'll be the responder? Will one person do that?
Sure.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh v'norah Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh v'norah Shemo.
Galul Adonai iti Uniromem Shemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod. Ki cho b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, ki cho b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'mitnaseh lechol erosh. Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'ishtachavu, Ve'ishtachavu, L'adam raglav kadoshu. Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'ishtachavu, Ve'ishtachavu, L'har kodsho, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
I'm going to pause.
Hello. The whole time?
Yes.
Was I muted during all that?
No, you were on.
Oh, good.
You sounded great. I want to thank Amy and Helene for putting together this celebration. And in that regard, I have a question for Amy. There's always a gap. Do we have the gabbai assigned, Amy?
No, I can do it, or we're happy to take somebody if they would like to do Ve'azor. You would just do Ve'azor, and you would do the calling up and the Chatzi Kaddish.
So I think I'll.
Okay.
not unlike high holidays and the way that Amy and Helene organized that, where the brachot were recited by the Torah reader. So our three readers tonight will also have the aliyot, but they will do it in the following ways. Alan Cortez is a Kohen, I believe. The first aliyah will be all the Kohanim. So if you're a Kohen, with the blessings, you can unmute yourself to join in the collective blessing for the first reading. The second reading, which Mike Baer will be reading, Helene Coulter is a Levite, and there may be other Levites who will join with Helene for the second aliyah. And the third will be read by Helene Coulter, and that'll be for all of us common folk to join together. So in anticipation of the first reading, which is Deuteronomy chapter 33, verses 1 to 7.
Okay, I'm unmuting.
Rabbi, we have an offer for Gabbai.
Who's that? Let's take it. Let's take the offer. All right.
In the chat, it looks like the Mirowitzes would like to do it.
That would be wonderful. And they got experience, so let them go. They'll be our gabbai. So the one thing to know, I'll help you with the one little thing, is that's the first one will be calling up the Kohanim. But first, Howard and Ellen, go ahead and do the introduction. You know, with the Via Azor.
Maybe I should turn you guys this way.
I think they can unmute now.
Okay, Howard and Ellen, we're still looking and listen, Lev Shalem.
There we go. All right. All right. Just do V'yazor. V'yazor v'yagem v'yashir l'chol l'chosim bo v'namar amen. Hakol Eloheinu godit. Hakol godel Eloheinu nu kavod l'Torah. Kohanim karov yamdu. Who are they?
Alan Cortez.
What's Alan Cedar?
Chime in.
What?
Eliezer Benin.
You don't have to call them up by name, just the Kohanim.
Okay. Yamdu HaKohanim. Mishpacha Cortez.
Baruchu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Min Kol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
It's if you have a Chumash, it's page 1202 in the Eitz Chaim.
וזאת הברכה שברק משה איש אלוהים את בני ישראל לפני מותו ויאמר אדוני מסיני בא וזרק משעיר למו תופיע מהר פרן ואתה מרבבות קודש ממינו אשתה למו אף חובב עמי מכל קדושה בידיך והמה תלכו לרגליך יסוד מדברותיך תורה ציווה לנו משה מורשך קהילת יעקב וישורון המלך והתעשה בראשי העם יחד שבטי ישראל יחירו בן בל ימות ויתהב מספר וזול יהודה ויאמר שמע אדוני כל יהודה ולמות הביאנו ידע ורב לו באיזה מצרה תהיה.
Sing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayom elam v'atan yitochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. So the Levi Aliyah begins with the word Ula Levi, and that will be chanted by Mike Bear, who, not unlike the Cortezes, has a Torah in his holy home. And the Howard, you'll call up the Levi'im for the second reading.
There we go. Okay. Yamdu Hamishpacha.
Oh no, this is Mike Bear.
Oh, okay. Yamo Michael Ben Avraham V'Sarah Alevi. No?
This is Helene.
Oh, Helene.
Helene.
Sorry. Ta'amod Helene Coulter Alevi.
Baruch Adonai
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chayim Baruch
You have to unmute Mike Bear. At the top of page 12.
I unmuted myself, but somebody muted me.
No,
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Amen. Ulevi amar tumecha ve'urecha ve'ish chasidecha asher nisito b'masa terirehu al mei meriva haomer le'aviv ulimo lo re'itiv ve'et echav לא הכיר ופניו לא ידע, כי שמרו אמרתך וריתך ינצורו, יורו משפטך ליעקב ותורתך לישראל. I lost my place. ותורתך לישראל ישימו כתורה באפיך וחליל על מזבחך. ברך אדוני חילו ופועל ידיו תרצה. מחץ מותניים קמיו ומשנאיו מן יקומון. לבנימין אמר ידיד אדוני ישכון לבטח עליו. חופץ עליו כל היום ובין כתפיו שכן.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah temet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Reading, which is found on page 1205, is for all the Israelites. So this one, can be kind of a cacophony of echo. For that, find the Alan Court for you. Helene Coulter is our next reading. I and others will join together for the blessings before the reading. First, we need Howard and Ellen to call us up.
You do this. You can
Yamdu.
Kol HaYisraelim.
Kol HaYisraelim. Bekahal.
That's a face.
All right, all together now. You can unmute to have your voices heard. It's okay if this one's a little bit chaotic. Baruch Hu Adonai Baruch atah Adonai HaTorah. Now we all have to mute ourselves for the Torah.
We're here, Liz.
Amen. Hu Yosef Amar, Mevarechet Adonai Artso, Mi Meged Shemayim Mitahal, Umi Teham, Ruvetzet Tachat, Umi Meged Tevuot Shamesh, Umi Meged Gerish Yerachim, Umi Rosh Harere Kedem, Umi Meged Kivot Olam, Umi Meged Eretz, Umloa, Urtzon, Shocheni Sena, Tavota, Lerosh Yosef, Ukod Netzir Echav, Bechor Shoro, Hadar, Lo, Bekarne, Re'em Karnav, Bahem, Amim, Yenagach Yakdab, Avse Aretz, Vehem Rivivot Ephraim, Vehem Alfei Menashe.
Now we unmute ourselves to be in chorus of cacophony for the blessing after. Baruch atah
Asher
a Yasha Kochech to Helene on her reading. And now, Howard, it's back to Howard for Chatzi Kaddish. Page 327, if you have a Lev Shalem, to mark the conclusion of Torah reading.
Yikaral v'yikara shemei rabba v'yalma divrachiltei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechol uv'yamechol uv'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael b'agala u'bizman korif imru amen. Yehesh mei rabba mevorach Le'olam lo me'ol maya Yiparach Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar yitramam v'yitnaseh V'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal Shmei l'kudusha b'richu Le'la min kol birchata V'shirata תשבחתה ונחמתה תמיהירן ביולמה אמרו Amen.
Nice flourish. Nice flourish. So now back to Amy for a toast in honor of Shmini Atzeret and Simchat Torah for the holiday Kiddush, which also includes a nod to Havdalah, and we'll conclude with the Shehecheyanu. If you have a Lev Shalem, pages 79 and 80, Kiddush. Back to Amy.
Okay, let me grab my juice right here. Where did the juice go? Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol am v'romamanu mikol lashon v'kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava moadim l'simcha chagim uzmanim l'sason Et yom hashmini ha'atzeret hazeh zaman simchatenu mikra kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu mikidashta mikol hamim umoadei kodeshecha v'simcha uv'sason hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Yisrael v'hazmanim. I've got a helper here. You can come over here. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavdil ben kodesh lechol ben or lechoshech ben Yisrael le'amim ben yom hashvi'i l'sheshet yemei hamaseh ben kedushat Shabbat likdushat Yom Tov hivdalta et yom hashvi'i m'sheshet yemei hamaseh kiddashta Hivdalta v'kiddashta et amecha Yisrael b'kedushatecha. Baruch atah Adonai hamavdil ben kodesh lekodesh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Amen. All right. Aleinu is page 56 and 57. After Aleinu will be Mourner's Kaddish. First, Aleinu, page 56.
Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, v'lo samanu komishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, v'gomralenu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu kora'im u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim v'yoser haaretz, moshe mikaro b'shamayim mima'al, Ushchinatu zo begove meromim. Hu Eloheinu ein od, emet malkeinu et besulato, kakatuv betorato, ve'adata hayom behoshivota el levavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim mima'al, ve'al haaretz, mitachat. Ein od. How can nekaveh lecha Adonai lo Eloheinu? כי המלכות שלך היא ולמד על תמוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני מלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
I invite those of your side or in mourning to join with me for Mourner's Kaddish. If they're page 58 in this particular volume. Yitkadal v'yitkadash
Amen.
Kirute
Yamlich Makute
B'chayachon u'vyomechon u'chaye Yisrael. Hagala u'bizman kari v'imru Amen.
Yehi
Yehi
Shmei
Shmei Ra B'mabarach
Olam
Olam Omeamaya.
Yitzbarach
Yisbarach
V'Yisraman
V'Yisnaseh
V'Yisnadar
V'Yistaleh V'Ytaleh Shmei Kedusha Berechu
La'ela Min Kol Berachata
Berachata V'Shirata
Tush B'Chasa
Tushbechata
V'Nechemata Da'amiran
Amiram
B'Yamam Imru Amen.
Amen.
Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya Chaim
Chayim
Aleinu
Aleinu
V'Yakol
V'Yakol
Yisrael
Yisrael
Imru
V'Imru
Amen.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom
Shalom
B'Ramav
B'Ramav
Huyaseh
U'aseh
Shalom
Shalom
Aleinu
Aleinu
V'Yakol
V'Yakol
Yisrael
Yisrael V'Kol Yoshvei
Tevel
Tevel
Imru
V'Imru Amen.
Amen.
V'kol yoshvei tevel v'imru Amen. So some thank yous, and that's to thank first Amy, who is the visionary on all of these experiences, and Helene Coulter, who right alongside make sure it all comes together. I want to thank Carl for the music, for our mixologists, Heather and Beth, our Torah readers, Alan, Michael, and Helene, our Gabbai, Howard, and to everybody who participated. It is such a treat to look at our two screens and to harvest community. It's really just a great treat to be together for Simchat Torah with each of you in your homes. You know, this is a time in which sacred space is wherever our focus is shared, not defined by walls, but defined by wherever we are joining together in celebration. And Carl's warming up to pull us together with a concluding song. Service is tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, more Torah reading. Mike Miley will be reading, Eyal Wilner, I'll be Al Hurwitz will be davening. Back to Carl Cedar.
ושמחת בחגיך והיית שמח ושמחת בחגיך והיית שמח ואמרת בחגיך והיית שמח ושמחת בחגיך והיית שמח ושמחת בחגיך והיית שמח ושמחת בחגיך והיית The Green family, ladies and gentlemen. Clara.
Yeah, great dancers. All our dancers. Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Everybody.
Chag Sameach.
Thank you. Chag Sameach. That was fun.
That was great. Bye, Mimi. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you in the morning.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. Chag Sameach.
Beth, you owe me a drink. That looked awesome.
All right, come on over. Well, maybe I have enough for another drink.
Chag Sameach.
Bye, David.
Chag Sameach.
Chag
Sameach.
Yeah, Ezra.
Now this was great.
That's the night. Good
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Nice job, Carl.
Thanks, Amy.
Your sound is great. It sounds great.
Cool. Oh, we still have guests here. We're going to debrief. Ro's in on our debriefing. Hi, Ro.
Ro Gruber. And Susan and Sheldon Stern and Norman and Ellen Nice, David and Loretta and Herb. Chag Sameach to all of you.
There you are,
Chag
Sheldon.
Sameach.
Hey,
Hi,
Sheldon,
David
Chag
Melman.
Sameach.
Hi, Sue and Sheldon.
So good to see everybody.
Amy.
We're here.
It was wonderful, really special.
Thanks, Susan.
Really cool.
Thank you, Carl, the music.
Great stuff.
Great. Thanks,
Always.
Shelley.
Very nice. Okay.
Amy, great visioning.
Thank you. I'm glad it came together.
It was great.
That was
Just fun.
That was really fun.
Good. Good.
What a wonderful substitute for being in person.
Yeah.
It's great. Just wonderful.
Yeah, bringing people together.
It felt very CBI-ish. I haven't even drank my
L'chaim.
drink. Yeah, l'chaim.
L'chaim.
Ah, there we go.
L'chaim Sue, l'chaim David Melman, l'chaim Norman, l'chaim Modoleskis. Yeah, that was fun. I think the cacophony of it was part of it. You know what? Let's make sure we're not streaming anymore.
Yeah.